What's up, fam of Liberty, and also everyone else who stumbled across this video, who's watching that isn't following our channel for some unknown reason? It's your boy Big Sarge, or the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. I am the founder of the Sons of Liberty social media organization that's been steadily enraging MAGA fuckface ass clowns since 2015, and apparently more recently, a handful of super woke leftists who thought I was just going to ignore their bullshit. If you saw us out in the streets at a protest for the first time and or you're new to our channel, I know what you might be thinking. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Sing along if you know the words. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck GOP politicians, fuck limp dick establishment Democrat politicians that aren't out there in the streets fighting for us tooth and nail, and fuck the billionaires, those fucking wealth hoarders that have their fucking boots on the neck of just about every American citizen. Neither this channel nor its comment sections are a safe space for bootlicking simps for a Russian asset, convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, wannabe authoritarian tyrant, a self-confessed lover of very young women, and a guy who was friends for over a decade with a convicted pedophile. All the same person. Now you know where I stand on things, so if you're still here and you're not frantically rage typing into my comments box like a triggered conservative snowflake who's butthurt ass mad about all the liberals that are more patriotic than you, then maybe you should consider following this channel after you watch the videos and deciding whether or not you like the cut of my jib. If you're new to this channel, on this channel there are multiple Sons of Liberty admins who post content. I am, of course, the most prolific of the admins in terms of video content. Admin Doug, aka Drill Sergeant, is another frequent poster. Our Whiskey Leaks and White Rose colleagues also post their content here. They're a separate team that spun off from the Sons of Liberty, and Admin X Squid handles that. On rare occasions, Admin Elo and Admin V will post as well. We also do live streams every Tuesday night. Outside of this channel, we have other social media platforms such as TikTok, Facebook, Blue Sky, Reddit, Instagram, Mastodon, Threads, Substack. Yes, there's an OnlyFans. You should be following us on those places as well if you have them. We don't just make videos, we also write posts, articles, post memes, share information, etc. The links to those things are in the channel description and the video description. Every year during the month of April, I do this performative bit called Confederate Heritage Month, which is exactly what it sounds like, and unfortunately it's a very real thing, because this country doesn't punish traitors, apparently. But instead of venerating dead traitor ancestors, I talk about Southern Unionists, men and women from the South who remained loyal to the United States. I also talk about prominent or obscure events and other bits of lore. I've been doing this for about 8 years, and it's been a huge hit. And it also makes a lot of right-wingers and heritage not hate clowns get in my comment section. So I started doing videos, dress up as General Sherman, and out of about 90,000 people following us, I've only gotten about 1,000 views. So nevertheless, he persisted. I ran a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo to fund a Civil War documentary web series that a couple of hundred people backed. A couple weekends ago, I went down to Beaufort, South Carolina, and I took a boat up the Combahee River to retrace the route that Harriet Tubman took when she led the 2nd South Carolina Infantry, African descent, on the Combahee River ferry raid. This was the first military operation led by a woman and, as far as I know, a black person. I shot a shit ton of footage of this entire route, and now I have to edit it down and do my little narrative, so that will be the first episode. The weekend of August 9th and 10th, I'll be off the net and potentially live streaming out in Texas Hill Country. I'll be traveling out there to shoot documentary footage about the Battle of the Nueces, a Civil War event that was one part battle and one part massacre. A few years back, during one of our monthly runs of this spectacle, a Facebook follower named Bill Felton clued me in on the Battle of the Nueces, and so ever since then, I've been absolutely fascinated by this obscure event that didn't mean a goddamn thing in the larger course of the war, but what it represents to me is a mystery and a chance to tell an unknown story about people who were murdered by Confederates. Because heritage not hate people love to talk about war crimes, or, Sherman was a war criminal, or whatever fucking triggered snowflake bullshit. Maybe don't be a fucking traitor and then you won't get your fucking house burned down. Anyway, so in August, I'll be out in the San Antonio area, and if I've got time, I'd love to meet up with some of y'all for a beer. I need to caveat this by saying, once I head to the airport, I'm mostly incognito. I try to avoid the internet as much as possible when I'm on mission or on holiday, and you should too. So plans should be made in advance and not during. At some point in late August or early September, I'll be heading to Madison County, North Carolina to film footage and talk about the Shelton Laurel Massacre. Same thing applies. If you're in the area, I'd love to have a beer. I may also head over to Savannah, Georgia and talk about the tragedy at Ebenezer Creek, and then maybe in late September or early October, I'll do a live stream called Drunken Civil War History with Big Sarge. Only people who backed the Civil War crowdfunder on Indiegogo will get an opportunity to attend in person, and that will take place maybe in the Raleigh-Durham area. I don't know yet. But I may open up the live stream to non-backers. Tuesday, November 11th is Veterans Day. Yes, it's 4 months out, but I'm putting this in your mind right now. Since we do our live stream on Tuesday, we'll be doing a special live stream for veterans. I'll be sending out invites to the veterans who've been on our stream, and I'll be asking veterans in the Fam of Liberty to hop in the stream with us for a little bit. Now, the following Saturday, November 15th, I am pleased to announce that we'll be hosting our first ever charity fundraiser event. We'll be raising funds for a veteran-founded, veteran-run charity organization called Stack Up. Stack Up was founded by Stephen Machuga, who previously ran Operation Supply Drop. I had the occasion to work with Stephen about 11 or 12 years ago in my capacity as one of the founders of Black Widow Company and our charity, Play to Give Back. We also had him on a PAX Prime panel with us. If you play the game Star Citizen, there was a famous skin for the F7 Hornet that has a specific paint scheme, and it was a charity fundraiser for Veterans Day 2013, I believe. That was us, Play to Give Back and Black Widow Company. We did that. So if you got your skin... So I am pleased to circle back and provide another opportunity to raise funds for veterans. So what is this fundraiser going to be? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm presuming that you asked. You asked, right? Yeah, you did. If you've watched this channel long enough, you've heard me mention being a former game developer. You've also heard me mention being a gamer. Maybe you've seen a couple of my gaming live streams. Maybe you've seen my Dungeon Daddy shirt. Maybe you've heard about the D&D games that I've played with some of the Fam of Liberty. Saturday, November 15th, we'll be launching a D&D game on the Sons of Liberty Twitch channel that we don't ever use. I will be DMing, or if you've seen the meme, Dum Dum Mister. Several of the Sons of Liberty admins will be playing characters, and if we have room, maybe a previous live stream guest and or members of the Fam of Liberty. We'll be integrating Tiltify with the Twitch stream. That's how you can donate directly to Stack Up. We don't see a penny, we don't manage the money, we don't touch it. Each character or its player, or players, plural, I'll get to that in a minute. Each character will be its own team. You know how you go to medieval times and you're supporting the Black Knight or the Blue Knight or the Green Knight, etc., etc., etc.? Same thing with the charity D&D game. You, the viewers, can make donations on behalf of that character. The character with the most donations at the end of the stream wins. This makes the game far more interactive than you just sitting on the sidelines going, lol, beat that ogre's ass, Branry Flame Dancer. Admin Matt will have to comment because that's his character, Branry. I don't know what the character's last name is. He's a dragon thing. The players themselves may casually suggest a round of donations for them to do some off-the-wall shit with the characters, or you can donate for things such as determining what action a player should take or what they should say in character. Maybe they fail a dice roll, a savings throw, etc., and you want to contribute $1 or $2 for a reroll. Are you picking up what I'm putting down yet? You get to influence the characters, the game, the bad guys, almost all of it. All in the name of raising money for a veteran charity. So, like I said, we'll add 1 or 2 previous live stream guests and members of the Fam of Liberty. If you are a previous live stream guest and you've got my email and you've got my booking manager's email, send us an email and let us know if you're interested. If you are in the Fam of Liberty, the only way that I'm taking any kind of submissions for characters is via the Sons of Liberty Discord. So if you're trying to get your nerd on, stay tuned to our Discord. I check some of the comments from time to time on social media, but I won't be taking any submissions from the comments on YouTube, Facebook, etc. Get on our Discord. That is a major factor in how we're running the game. Now, on the topic of players, plural, I want to do this stream from like, say, 8, 9 a.m., which is super fucking early on a Saturday, I know, and run it for as long as I can. If I can run it for 24 hours straight, fucking great. But I realize that a lot of people, especially the admin teams, are roughly in the same age bracket as me, and we need our fucking ugly sleep. I mean, They need their beauty sleep. I need my ugly sleep because, So I realized that not everybody is going to be able to sit down and play a D&D game for 24 hours straight, like I did when I was in the Army. That's a different story for a different day. So I expect that people will have to drop out. They've got things that they need to do. So you can, if you're an admin and you're watching this, or you're in the Family of Liberty and you want to join an admin's team, you can sub in as that character. We'll rotate you in and out so that way we can keep it going for as long as we can. Unfortunately, there's only one of me, the DM, so I'm going to have to have about 80 of these fucking things. This is coffee, by the way. The last thing, I just now figured out how to make a discount code for the SOL merch store. So if you've previously ordered merch from us, like the DD214 shirt, or you favorited it, or you put it in your cart and didn't check out, you may receive an email with a discount code. And not just because I figured out how to make discount codes just now, but also because Epstein is in the news, just like Trump is in the Epstein files. I've created a unique 15% off code for the merch store, running for 1 week for orders over $20. That code is, I shit you not, Epstein. Anyway, that's my time for today. Big Sarge out here. Woo! 2 claps and a wreck, motherfucker. Woo! I just wooed before the...
And now it's time for the throw punch!
Deciding whether or not you like the cut of my jib. Do I have a fucking random ass beard hair? Are you fucking serious, beard hair? What the fuck? Let me tuck you in there. On this channel, there are multiple Sons of Liberty admins who post content. I am, of course, the most prolific of the admins in terms of video content. Admin Doug, aka Drill Sergeant, is... Are you fucking for real? The D&D games that I played with some of the Fam of Liberty. Saturday, November 15th, blah, blah, blah.